But we've tried that in the past when Vajpayee walked across the border and was rewarded with Kargil. So there is wariness in India, and that cannot be forgotten. There's been a lot of focus during this visit, and I want Sushant Sarin's thoughts on this first. On the Pakistan's new foreign minister, 34-year-old, from hospitality to diplomacy. This is her debut on the big stage. How do you think she did? We're just playing out an exclusive interview with her in a few moments from now. But, you know, what would you tell our viewers about the performance of Pakistan's young, glamorous foreign minister?
Before I come to that, I just want to add one point to what Mr. Qureshi was saying, General Qureshi was saying. You know, the problem is that the Pakistanis have to decide whether they want parity or they want India to be the big brother. You can't have both things. So at times they want India to be magnanimous and make concessions, and then they want parity. I'm afraid the two things don't go together. Having said that, let me come down to Ms. Khar. I think she was brilliant. The way she conducted herself, she was being actually, being lampooned inside Pakistan, very unfairly, I should say, mostly by people who are about 70 years old, 60, 70 years old. She was very quick on the uptake. She was very smart, very articulate. I think she vindicated herself exceedingly well. I think the press and the media have been somewhat unfair to her by concentrating more on her style rather than her substance. To my mind, she is a great asset for the Pakistani side. She does come out very, very well. And nobody seems to have really studied that even as the Minister of State for Finance, I think she performed exceedingly well. And as the foreign minister, I think she's going to be an asset. She turns out to be far more confident and self-assured as part of probably the new generation in Pakistan than what her predecessor was, who had amazingly vaulting ambitions, and he was trying to probably undercut his own boss to try and occupy his chair in Pakistan. Ms. Khar probably is not trying to do any such thing. She has a brief, she stuck to it. Within her brief, she performed exceedingly well. I think she has vindicated her the faith which President Zardari and the Prime Minister put in her. I think she's vindicated that.
General Qureshi, what's the verdict in Pakistan? Lots of people asking, you know, what really has she done to occupy such a sensitive, high-profile position? She owns a polo lounge, hasn't really had the sort of exposure at the international stage to be the full-fledged Minister for External Affairs. Is the press, the strategic affairs experts such as you, what is your takeaway from Ms. Khar's performance in India?
I think I know a little of her because she was part of the cabinet in President Musharraf's time. She's very bright. She's very articulate. Absolutely. She's a hard-working person. She's a person who takes her job seriously. And frankly, I credit her. She's also from the younger generation, from which we have a lot of hope. Yes, I think I haven't seen her performance in India, but from what I just heard, I think she's done well. And I wouldn't have been surprised because even in the finance, she did extremely well, and she was praised when she was part of the previous government. I did not know how she would perform, especially in India, because that's a tough thing for her to have done as the first assignment abroad. But from what I've heard, I'm very proud of her.
All right, you're saying you're very proud of her. I happened to be at lunch with the foreign minister, and she actually took up majority of the conversation. She spoke about 95% of the time. She was on the same table as the foreign secretary, the NSA in India, and also our foreign minister and the two MOSs, and she was driving the conversation. So she clearly is a very confident and self-assured woman. Let's hope she's able to infuse some more fresh air and a vast contrast. The 79-year-old SM Krishna on the one side and the 34-year-old Hina Rabbani Khar on the other. For the moment, Abhishek Singhvi, General Qureshi and Sushant Sarin for joining us in the center stage debate this evening. Thank you very much.